Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ship Nuggets. I'm Omokhai. Really excited to be back again after a short hiatus. Yes, Ship Nuggets is back. So, did you guys miss me? Well, I did miss you all, and I'm excited for what we're going to be doing in the future and even now in this season. So, get you ready, get set. We're going to be talking about Ship Nuggets. Well, I'm really excited to be back again with you guys, and I just want to start off by thanking everyone for your prayers, your support. I had a lot of people reach out to me saying, "Hey, well, Ship Nuggets, are you still doing Ship Nuggets? What's happening to the videos?" I'm like, don't worry, we'll get it right. I had a few things I needed to take care of, in terms of my responsibilities. But thank God I'm back now, and hopefully we get to see a lot of videos, and we get to just connect like we've always done through this medium. Today, I just want to just start off by talking about Ship Nuggets. What is it again? And just as a refresher, and I felt like it's necessary for us to start here so that you guys understand like the importance of this broadcast we're having. So, Ship Nuggets is basically a play on words. I basically talking about ships that are, important for us to be successful. When I say ships, I'm talking about certain constructs that we need to be engaged in that will help us in our daily lives, that will help us fulfill our purpose, that will help us be the people that God has called us to be, that will help us live a maximized life. And the first ship is worship. You can't really grow without engaging in some kind of connection with God. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And the beautiful thing about this Nuggets is that it's multidisciplinary. In other words, you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be a pastor, you can be a politician. These things I'm going to be talking about will be are very essential for your growth and for your development. So worship, having a sense of spiritual connection. The second part of it is leadership. Leadership, basically, even though there are several definitions of it, nobody seems to know what leadership really means. There are different definitions, but I believe that leadership is just the ability, the behavior, the art, the skill to be able to influence people, a group of people, towards achieving a goal. And basically, what that means is that as a leader, you're able to galvanize, collaborate with individuals, and cause them to move in a particular direction from point A to point B, as Bill Hybels used to say. Now, in the construct of leadership, there are several types of expressions or several types of behaviors that will help you be successful. In other words, they are visionary behaviors, they are exemplary behaviors, they are transformational behaviors, they're even transactional behaviors, they are servant or service behaviors that a leader has to play to be able to be successful. And those are some things that we'll be talking about in this broadcast, leadership. And then also, how do you lead yourself? How are you leading yourself? I want to give a plug to something that we do in our church through the Life Development Center. It's called the Leading Lights. And it's one of these experiences where through the training, through the experience, you are able to discover your purpose. You're able to lead yourself by God's grace and through some of the materials from the training to be the best that God has called you to be. So that's leadership, right? That's leader. So we'll talk extensively about that here. The other thing is followership, because there is no leadership without followership. So they say leadership is reciprocal following, if you will. So following is basically, this is what I understand it to mean, your ability to be willing and able to allow someone to influence you. And listen, the influence that is upon you goes a long way to determining who you are as a person. If you are influenced by negative people, negative things, it's going to affect you. But if you're influenced by positivity, it's also going to affect you. So followership is essential, not just because when you're a good follower, it makes you a good leader. No, that's just a part of it. But followership is essential because followership makes you more of who you are. When you follow, you literally along the path of fulfilling your purpose. That's why God put it in us as humans to follow. But what has happened is that we don't understand the construct, we don't understand what it's about, and we follow blindly. We follow just because we want to get stuff. But when you do understand what followership really means, you'll be able to utilize it like a tool, like a surgical knife with precision, and you'll be able to get the best of your life through that construct. So that's something we'll talk about. And then next is relationships. How do you connect with people? That's an area that a lot of us struggle in. Like, you may have this great talent, you may have all these wonderful ideas, but if you're not building the right relationships, you're not building the right connections, all that charisma ain't going to take you nowhere. So you got to learn about relationships and how to cultivate good relationships. So we talk about that here also. And then after relationships, you want to talk about entrepreneurship, because again, this is multidisciplinary. If in other words, these things we're talking about here will work in any field, whether lawyer, doctor, pastor, it does not matter. Entrepreneurship is awesome. It's great. And the way I love entrepreneurship defined, it was by Drucker. He said, like, to be an entrepreneur, you have to be able to do three things. You have to, first of all, learn how to mitigate risk, learn not to be afraid of risk. You have to be innovative, right? You do come up with ideas, and then you have to discover or know where the opportunities lie, the opportunities to serve your customer, where the opportunities to produce the right products. You have to be entrepreneurial if you're going to be successful in this life. You cannot always and in fairness, right, not necessarily everyone is going to have that entrepreneurial bent, but I think it's something that you can learn. It's something that you can acquire along the way to add to your repertoire of life. Just being entrepreneurial, not being afraid of risk, not finding all the opportunities in the right places, and being innovative, letting your mind think about how can I achieve excellence where I'm at. So, and again, you can be entrepreneurial without necessarily starting a business. So that's another thing that people don't know. So we're going to talk about entrepreneurship, and then the next is stewardship. How are you going to manage those entrepreneurial ventures? There are people who are great leaders, charismatic, awesome, but they're terrible managers. And so if you're not going to learn how to manage well, then you need to hire people who can manage your resources well. You need to even learn how to manage and multiply the resources that you have. So we're talking about management here. We're talking about, stewardship. How do you steward? How do you manage? How do you invest and grow all the gifts and all the things and resources that are in your hands? Sometimes, how do you even manage multiple things at the same time? Because the reality is that we all play different roles. We all sit on different seats in life. And so you must have the skill set to know how to manage things. Sorry, the thing just went on there. So that's one thing. So that is stewardship. And then the next thing is discipleship. Everybody must be a student of something. You must be learning from someone. You must be filling your mind with inspirational things. And you have to have people that you look up to, mentors that you look up to, people that you can learn things from. If they say the day you stop learning, that's the day you start dying. We have to be disciples of something, starting from the spiritual perspective, even to any other level that you find yourself in. We have to learn about discipleship. And then we run it back again, worship. So we're constantly going to be looking at all these cycles, all these different ships, and we will be talking about things that will help you. I'm open to suggestions as well. If there's a particular topic in these areas that you would like us to cover, to discuss, to talk about, to explore, I'm all ears. We're ready. And that's it in a nutshell. That is what Ship Nuggets is, just a refresher for those who do not know. And I'm looking forward to having some more conversations, more discussions on this topic. So I'll end it here today. Till I see you again, let's keep sailing to the top. I bet you forgot that I wasn't going to do that. All right, sail to the top. Bye, everybody.